film is very finite, it's very contained, and to get people to like go off on their own is very hard afterwards. But when you're delivering content on a device like the iPad, it is your Wikipedia, it is your, your video player and your book and everything else you can think of. The question became, as we were sort of evolving this thing, what can you do with the iPad? Why is this, how is this flexible and powerful as a storytelling device? And we had all this extra content that was going to be just reference material. And at certain points in the story, we're like, we can actually embed documents right into the page. So for example, here's the Shah of Iran reading this, this actual decree from one of the Ayatollahs. So the ability to take reference material, and I think this is really important for documentary makers, is that so much stuff ends up on the cutting room floor, and one of the opportunities with Interactivity is that you can actually embed that content. And you already have a ton of material ready to go. It's really just a question of how do you package that? How do you make it meaningful?
The idea was to create a cool thing that would let people step into the comic and be, some people who might not pick up a comic book might want to look at this. And it would also allow for a depth of exploration around all the different topics.
As the story unfolds, you actually have the content kind of reacting to your touch, and it makes it really engaging, really deep and immersive. And so one of the challenges we face is that this has just never been done before. There was no metric for this. There was no examples of how this had been done successfully. When people traditionally add motion to comics, they can make these video experiences called motion comics. And a lot of people who are fans of comics, print format comics, don't like that. So we wanted to avoid that. We wanted it to still be true to the original format. Just like you tell a story as a filmmaker, when you're doing interactive content, you have to pace out moments of audience engagement so that it matches the narrative. You don't want to have like a high emotional moment and then be like, now press this button. Like, it doesn't really work. You need to be sort of prepared to offer the audience, I think, engagement when they want it. And that's a whole different skill set than I think anybody has really addressed before.